Hello, high school Star League fans, and welcome back to another preseason match, or I guess season match. My name is By Night, and I'm joined by Crusader Kitten.
Hey guys, excited to get into the second match of the day. It's going to be Cape Central versus FL Schlagle. Both of these teams, obviously, high schools. This is a replay coming out to you guys, so we're only gonna have one game of this match before we get into a live match, which will be far more exciting, I think, to see a live match coming down. But hopefully, we'll be seeing a much closer game than the last one, I'd say.
Yeah, these teams are definitely a lot more even matched, so hopefully it won't be another stomp fest like we saw the first two games of today. Now, both teams played hard last time, but it was just kind of uneven there. So if this game is a lot closer, it's obviously going to make it more excited, so I'm definitely hoping for a close match.
Yeah, absolutely. So, interesting champions coming in. By now, why don't you go ahead and run down the lineups?
Yeah, so in the top lane for Snargle, that's such a fun word to say, we have a Malphite versus the Irelia. Now, both of these champions are going to scale relatively well into the late game. Malphite more as a tank. Irelia is going to be a big threat as far as damage is concerned. But in the early game, Malphite's just going to want to farm up farm up as hard as he can because he's going to have a hard time trading, and that's going to continue throughout. So as long as Latin can just farm up, he should be fine. In the mid lane, however, we have an Ezreal versus Katarina. Ezreal is going to have a massive poke advantage early and should garner a little bit of a farm advantage if he plays the lane well. But Katarina is going to be a big threat in the late and mid game regardless, especially if she can get some of the good roams down. In the bottom lane, we have the Thresh Vayne versus the Graves and Annie. Annie has a big threat with that stun. When that level 6 spike comes, Graves Annie can burst like no other bottom lane. But in the early game, it should be relatively even. Vayne's just going to want to try to farm up as she scales really well into the late game. And this match should be pretty excited. He's going to want to farm up as well. Jarvan's going to have a little bit more early game gank pressure, so both teams should keep this in mind. But this is going to be an exciting match. I'm looking forward to see how it plays out.
Yeah, a very heavy AD composition coming off from FL Schlagle. Have the Mastery and the Ezreal mid lane just to add to the Vayne down bottom. So you should be seeing quite a bit of armor stat coming up from Cape Central. They have Irelia and Jarvan who can really be those strong frontline champions. And Graves, obviously, that AD carry that does get stacks on his passive to get some extra armor and magic resist. Graves is probably my favorite champions in the game right now. So really fun AD carry to watch if you have that huge burst potential. Add that with an Annie, as you were saying, that you can have a lot of kill potential down bottom. They just have to be careful. They have to carry Vayne, and then also maybe Ezreal ultimates that will come out. He just doesn't want to be like Koi JJ and shoot him backwards.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't shoot him backwards, you should actually be able to make an impact with them. Very important mechanic when you're playing champions, that you shoot their skills towards the enemy. Normally that's a good thing. Unless you're playing Lux, then you want to shoot your kind of spell skills towards your team. It's important to know if your spells do damage or give shields.
Yes, this is very true. I'd say that is probably one of the keys to success in the game. Is just to know what you're doing.
So because of the fact that Snargle has such an AD, I'm just going to call him Snargle, that's so fun to say, has such an AD-focused team, it's going to be interesting to see if Latin does build some ability power and goes more AP rather than tank because of the fact that he is the only ability power champion. Now, Ezreal is going to be doing some magic damage just because of his kit. His ult's going to do magic damage. His Q actually does AD, but his W and E will do magic damage as well. So they do have some magic damage coming out, but yeah, definitely are lacking in the AP side of things.
Right, so first gank of the game going to be coming up. Beaver Fever coming up to this top lane. He is a Jarvan, so he wants to get that EQ combo down. But it looks like they'll be getting to slow down his Lantern. But won't be able to get down onto him. So early game coming in won't come out to a kill.
Yeah, and the important thing here for Snargle is the fact that Slanton didn't have to blow a flash either. So the gank really turned into nothing. Malphite still has his flash up, which is really important in the lane, and he should be fine. Good escape by him, and he can just teleport right back to lane.
I'm so confused as to where you're getting Snargle from.
Schlagle. Schlagle? How do you say the red team's school name?
I thought it was FL Schlagle.
Schlagle? Alright, Schlagle then. I don't know.
Alright, it's time to go consult Google.
Yeah, consulting Google is a good thing. In the bottom lane, Annie actually gets hooked by the threat. Don't worry, I can cover the play-by-play here while you're on Google.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hold on, I have to stop for a second here as Crockknocker is in a bit of trouble. Flash coming in, Tamyon picks up the kill, gets the first blood. Fever chasing after, should be able to secure this one. Tamyon walks into that Q, gets taken down. Hook coming in onto Too Lazy, gets it onto Bar Aaron, tries to get the damage down, but he's gonna get stunned up against the wall. Dr. Volpini picks up a kill himself. Bar Aaron still left alive, gets the silver bullets for a lot of damage, and now 2-2.
Yeah, a lot of action went down right there. In the end, though, 2-2 on the map, so neither team really picking up a big advantage from it. Now, one thing to point out is both of the laners did pick up the kills on the side of FL. I'm going to say that until we know how to pronounce the rest of the name. Oh, and Bane actually flashes in, and he survives with almost no HP. But wow, that was really close. So both the mid laners, though, for Cape Central are 0-1 in lane as the support and jungler picked up the kills on their side. So it does give the lane for FL a little bit of an advantage there, as they do have the kills and the gold in their name.
Yeah, bro, this has not been... Googling Schlagle has not been very helpful in finding out how to pronounce things, so I'm just gonna say Schlagle.
Yeah, I'll just go with you here. Schlagle is the school.
I'm definitely not Snargle.
A Snargle is so much more... A Schlagle's fun to say too, though. I'm not gonna complain.
Or like, R in their name, like...
Hey, one of the biggest skills of reading names is being able to actually read the letters that are in the word, and it's something I'm not very good at.
If there's a Nar in this game, then you could go Nargle. But there isn't.
That's true, yeah. Schlagle.
And you can
Oh man.
Oh gosh. Good start coming out for the cast right now. Zlatan gonna fall low. Munchman getting under the tower. Will he get the munches onto Zlatan? No,
it looks like
the tower. Zlatan picks up the kill. Tower is the real MVP.
Oh man.
They did Ringer on the Rosie for a bit, and we found out who the winner of that game was.
Yeah, you don't want to dive towers like that when you're one hit away in melee and don't have tier 1 boots yet. The movement speed of Malphite and Aurelia are identical at this point in the game.
So when Zlatan gets the Q down, he gets the Seismic Shard down, then he's going to make him slower, and Zlatan will get faster.
Yeah.
What is that? Seismic Shard. However that works. Throws the stone at him.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't work out too well for Aurelia there. Oh, that was so close. I mean, you could see what Munchman wanted to do, obviously, because Zlatan was so low, but just a little bit overzealous there and ends up giving a kill to Malphite. And it does look like Malphite is going tanky, so these team fights are going to be hard.
Oh, Crockknocker taking damage from Tamwin.
Now, and again coming in from me.
Cool Flame gets the Death Sentence on the Too Lazy. Another he gets a charge, but he gets a turnaround, gets a lot of damage. The ultimate doesn't land. Here's the Cataclysm. Bar Aaron goes down. Dr. Volpini, another kill. Zlatan comes down to this bottom lane. Oh, Volpini, what are you doing? It's taken down. Zlatan with the kill. 3-4. Volpini gets one for himself. He gets a little too close and gets taken down. And his mistake will be a dragon going over to the side of FL Schlagles. They have Zlatan down here. They have 4 members to pick this up.
Yeah, now Jarvan does have Smite up, so if Bigger Fever is able to get a ward in there, he could be able to steal it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get fairly close to smiting time. Doesn't land, the Death Sentence gets over a little bit too late. No! He gets played out! The Shock Guardian comes in, gets a double kill, looking for the resets, gets exhausted, trying to chase after Tamron, gets a nice dodge onto the Mystic Shot. Now we'll be chasing after Opie Legend. A playback onto 2. Too Lazy has joined up with it. Flash over the wall, Crockknocker runs right into the enemy team. Tamron gets the kill. 5-5, but Crockknocker does get a double kill after diving in.
Yeah, that was a really good play from Thresh, OP Legend there, stopping the Jarvan midway over the wall and saying, no, you're staying on that side. Sadly, though, for Schlagle, they do lose 2 members there, but after they picked up the dragon. So 5-5 in kills now. Gold League slightly in favor of Cape Central, but a dragon in favor of Schlagle High.
He did it again. Schlagle High.
Schlagle High.
I mean, wait. I mean Schlagle, right? I remember.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so
What happened
sorry.
What happened to East High School? East High School Wildcats.
Yeah, just
We need some of that high school.
give me not cool words. I can't take the awesomeness of cool words. I just
This
can't.
could be at least Cape Central.
Yeah, Cape Central. I like their school better because I can say their name.
Caster bias. Oh gosh. They do have the gold lead right now.
Yeah, they have the gold lead, but
400 gold in the lead right now.
the 6% damage
Hey, look at
increase
that.
though from Dragon kind of cancels out the gold lead there, so I would say it's pretty
That's
even.
I'd say Munchman's CS would cancel it out, but so far Xanten has had a pretty good track record against him. Right now 2-1. Picked up that 1 kill after he was getting died. But he is still down 30 CS about. And there's some pretty big CS leads also in the other lanes. 20 CS lead for Tamwin, and a 20 CS lead for I2 Lazy.
Yeah, and one thing that's very important to know if you're gonna play a rock, like
Middle lane, hold on, yeah, Beaver coming in, gets out of the Cataclysm, they'll slowly chasing down, it turns around, but won't be able to find the ultimate onto Troc Knocker as he got behind him, and the kill goes over to Beaver Fever. 2-0 now.
Yeah, solid game coming down there from Jarvan, but
Jarvan, that's why he's so strong, that's why people ban him.
Yep. Oh, Zlanton face checking Munchkin here, and
Gonna be jumping around. Up here is the unstoppable force. A close trade, but Zlanton is the one who comes out on top.
as Munchman there, I would have been surprised too. Normally, in the real life, in the real world, you don't expect rocks to do that much damage to you. And when you're walking down by the river and you see a rock, you're not really fearful for your life, but I suppose in this game, Munchman should be fearful for his life fighting that rock, because rocks do a little bit more damage in League of Legends than they do in real life.
What we just, like, you saw like it was some weird skip. That was the advantage of using replays. You get to skip over the pauses. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very
It's a little DC on the side of Cape Central, but they paused for a bit. We got right back into it.
Yeah. OP.GG replays OP.
Yeah, of course.
I suppose that's why it's called OP.GG.
So true. Hopefully, though, we will have more reliable replays so we can get the second game of this match.
Yeah, and actually, Master Chief's coming down for a gank in the bottom lane. Opie misses
However,
his hook.
replays of our high school Starling matches that we do stream are, of course, available instantly after the broadcast goes down on Twitch TV, our wonderful sponsor for the High School Star League.
Yeah, and our jokes are available 24 hours a day on Twitter as well, if you want to follow. If you want to follow myself, or the very cute Crusader Kitten. I just have to say cute because you have kitten in your name. I don't even know what you look like.
It's really true. It happens a lot. People will ask, like, are you a girl? Okay, anyway. Too much tangents here. Too personal of a tangent. Dragon's gonna be coming up, 2 minutes coming out. Munchman, not too sure he wants to go for the trade. But Aaron takes a lot of damage in that bottom lane. No collateral damage. I2 Lazy get in there, gets it, gets the kill. Gets the Santo by Legend as well, and he's gonna go down, a double kill coming in, and that is why Graves is so strong. The burst damage coming out is absolutely destroys Bar Aaron.
Graves has a lot of bursts, and definitely that paid huge dividends there in that trade. But one thing I have to point out is Raw Aaron never even used her ultimate there. Vayne's ult is still up, so that hurts so much because as a Vayne, you get so much damage from using your ult. The invisibility is so helpful as well, but being greedy there, not using the ult.
Fever's got the Ezreal Fever as he jumps in for yet another gank. But this time the Arcane Shift comes through, able to escape a little closer to his tower this time, and
Ezreal casted in an Ahri are the 3 mid laners that you hate playing against when you're a jungler, because even if you force the flash, after level 6, and in Ezreal's case even before level 6, it doesn't matter they don't have flash because they have instant flashes in their skill kit.
Too easy. He has to back away. The flash is coming in to follow up, and he does go down a little bit too far forward without his support. And that is the danger of a Thresh. And
yeah,
of course, Ryan has the damage with Vayne. A lot of summoners being used there. 2 flashes. The ultimate being used from Ryan, but can he pick up a second kill? There's the other summoner spell coming through. It's the exhaust. After Volpini goes down.
Yeah, so those 2 kills picked up by FL High School, I'm just gonna say that, are very, very good because Dragon actually just spawned. However, Godflame was not paying attention to the Dragon spawn time and is in the top lane right now. Because of that, they don't get Dragon. Although they do get a kill top, so...
Yeah, that is Godflame coming through. We haven't seen too much of Jungle Yi. You know, usually expect the Jungle Yis to be extremely prominent as they go for ganks, and they teleport into your lane, they have red buff, and they absolutely destroy you with auto attacks. But right now it's been Beaver Fever, who's had a much bigger effect in this game, 2-0-3 on that very effective Jarvan.
Yeah, I still feel like Schlagle, though, would have had better time spent if their jungler had been bottom and they had just picked up a quick dragon afterwards. But
yeah, well, here's the second dragon going to be jumping out into this one. Can he steal this one away? Here's the smite, comes out fairly late, but he does pick it up. And now the Cataclysm comes down and everybody jumps in. There's kills going over to the side of Cape Central. 4 members are down. Ryan's the last one alive. Heal coming in to get some movement speed. Can they catch up to Ryan? There should just be another EQ away to get the knockup, to get the kill. And that will be the ace. Dr. Volpini picks it up. And that is a 16-minute ace coming in for Cape Central.
Yeah,
get the dragon and now the push.
5 for 1 and the dragon pickup. And honestly, that was really, really well played by Cape Central. But they got kind of lucky that Schlagle High didn't have their timing set up for that dragon, because man, there was such a massive opportunity there for Schlagle High to pick up the dragon after they got the double kill in the bot lane. But because Godflame decided to gank top instead of grabbing that free dragon, and they waited for Cape Central to respawn and get in position to fight the dragon, they end up not only not getting the dragon, but also giving up an ace. And that's the difference that a minute can make in League of Legends. If they picked the dragon a minute earlier, it would have been free. But because they waited, it ends in disaster. Now, the game obviously isn't over yet. Cape Central does have a slight gold lead, but not that big at all. Still anyone's game here.
Baron's going to be up in 2 minutes. That's going to be exciting if these teams want to continue on fighting.
Yeah, I don't think either team is going to try for that Baron at 20 minutes when it spawns, as it does do a lot of damage. But it is another objective that both teams do have to worry about once it spawns. Makes the game more interesting.
Yeah, looking strong. He has the Infinity Edge finished up 18 minutes in. Looks like probably a static shiv, I'd say, coming up next room. Just want to get those crits down onto Grace. Get a lot of multiple target damage coming out. It's not necessarily AoE with the static shiv. Hitting a bunch of people in team fights doing damage. Oh, he dodges out of the hook. Dr. Volpini gets caught instead, but not too late. He gets caught by the back end of a play. A double kill coming in, and this is the turnaround right now. Beaver jumps in, gets the kill on a rampage, but he will get taken down. The shutdown coming in by Aaron as they take down that jungler, and 3 members get taken down, and that is Cape Central getting caught out.
Yeah, and that's just the power of Thresh there. When you grab the pull like that, it's almost a free kill when you have the damage to follow up. And I have to give props to the team composition that Schlagle has brought out here. Yes, they do lack a lot of ability power damage, but the Master Yi and Malphite work so well together, because what Master Yi needs is Master Yi needs a hard engaged tank to start soaking up the damage and to start the fight, and then Master Yi can just come in and clean up. And it's worked several times now already, and they make up for the bad decision on Dragon there, picking up a few kills, grabbing that mid tower, and the gold lead is now in the advantage of Schlagle High.
Godflame getting in onto Munchman up top, and gonna be flashed and he close the distance. Munchman turns around though, gets some damage on the Godflame, does get taken down, however, in the end. Godflame is the one who picks up the kill. And Munchman, despite having a very large CS lead, has been negative in the KDA department.
not really any objectives to pick up right now, as Dragon is still down for a while. Baron is up, but neither team really has the damage to force that. Yeah, everyone to Baron! We fight!
So you gotta do it!
So the teams are pretty much resetting right now, buying items, going back to lane most likely. Now, if I was Cape Central right now, my bot lane is already pushing. I would send both my AD carry and support to the mid lane, go with the Katarina and Jarvan mid as well, and try to pick up that mid tower as it is the next objective that Cape Central needs to try to focus. On the side of Schlagle High, they already have both outer towers down in bot and mid, and they also have the second tier tower down as mid as well, so their next objective is going to be top lane tower. Dragon is up in a minute and 20 seconds though, so they might try to focus top lane after getting Dragon.
The thing is, the last time we saw a push, or a group made from Cape Central, they ended up getting caught up pretty badly. Lost 3 members to FL Schlagle, so...
And it does make it harder now because they don't have their first or second tier mid tower. It makes it a lot riskier for them. But they need to find a situation where they push up the side lanes, get the members of Schlagle to return to lanes to stop the pushing, and then everyone zerg mid at that moment where Snuggle is out of position, and that's just the type of mind games that you have to try and play.
Yeah, and if you like watching zerging, you can see our StarCraft 2 High School Star League starting up at 2 p.m. PST tomorrow, Saturday, as well as Sunday, followed by League of Legends at 6 p.m. PST.
Yeah, more League of Legends. I will be back.
And StarCraft 2.
StarCraft 2.
That's something you like. Hey.
StarCraft 2 is fun. I love StarCraft 2. I'm sure those streams are very entertaining. Definitely go watch them. Yeah. But then even more, make sure that you come back for League of Legends tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Obviously. And hopefully we get our Dota 2 and Hearthstone streams up so you guys can watch that exciting action. And maybe you can watch me in Hearthstone because I'm in that league. And maybe you'll see me wreck people. Just kidding, I'm terrible at Hearthstone. But we are going to be seeing a group up around the Dragon area.
Yeah, this is going to be another exciting fight.
What are you doing, Xanter? What are you doing? Gets a 3-man knockup. The flash hook doesn't actually land on anything because the ult is split. But Dr. Volpini does get cut out and taken down. Xanter still trying to chase after. But here comes the rest of Cape Central. It's a 4v5. They want to continue to fight. And Xanter gets caught out. But wait, he's a Malphite. Gets a 3-man knockup. And they get a pick off of it. Now Dragon gets started up. They get over the wall though, Trogdog tries to get in there. Too light, too lazy, gets the kill. Munchman chasing after Tam Yon, but actually Tam win, but backs off. Beaver Fever still chasing after. The Arcane Shift gonna be coming out, and it's gonna be 3 members. Gonna be backing down in this brush, and no one will be there to stop them. So it's a Dragon going to go over to the side of FL Schlagle for a 1-for-1 kill trade.
Yeah. And that looked like it could have been so bad for Schlagle High, but 3 members of their team get out with less than 200 HP, and because of that, they're rewarded with a dragon and a 1-for-1, which is a big advantage to them. I believe they now have 2 dragons in favor of their team. Cape Central has 1 dragon to their name, and Ezreal with a nice ult to pick up that blue buff. But these fights are so close. It really depends on who gets the engages, who's winning these fights. If Lantern is able to hit a massive knockup like he's been able to do in the past, and he can come in and clean up, it looks like the fight is going very heavily in favor of Schlagle. But if the Katarina is able to get a good ult in the middle of Schlagle High, then man, the fights are just so close either way. One thing I do want to point out though is the fact that Jarvan and Aurelia are just starting to work on their armor now. And the more armor they get, the harder it's going to be for Schlagle High to pick up these teamfight wins.
Yeah, we do have some of being coming out from Slanted and Opie Legend. Frog does not want to be in this brush, but they're actually not going to go for him. They'll be heading down over to bottom, and Beaver Fever coming in. Gonna be seeing Ryan getting brought in by the Lantern. But now we'll be seeing what these teams want to group up. It's gonna be a push coming out from FL Schlagle. They're gonna be taking the reins right now as they push up onto middle lane, and top lane's also being pushed up. So they're gonna be going for a siege here. And they have some nice ward coverage right now, as you know Dr. Volpini will be coming in. They catch him out and he gets bursted down. It's that squishy Annie.
Yeah, Annie thought that she had caught out FL Schlagle's team, but in the end, she was the one who was caught out.
So top lane looks like the rotation coming out from...
Yeah, they have a really big minion wave pushing, so that's definitely the next objective to look for. They're going to be able to pick this up really, really easily.
Munchman might be in a munching sandwich as people try to get in onto him. He actually does get his way out of that one. But here comes the EQ. I mean, the Atomic Force comes up by Slants and no one follows it up. He got it out to 3 members, 3 valuable members as well.
That's the second 3-member knockup that Landon has picked up that his team hasn't followed up on. And that puts some questions in the mind for how well the communication is coming out from
they get the tower though.
Schlagle High. Yeah, they do pick up the tower, but I
5-1.
feel like if Zlanton had like given his team a few second warning, said, "Hey, I'm about to ult on 3 members," that would have given his team a chance to follow up with damage. But he just saw the opportunity, went in, and the rest of his team, Schlagle, was not there to follow up, and because of that. Cape Central gets out of a situation that could have been very bad. They do lose the tower now, and the tower advantage 5-1 now in favor of Schlagle High, and that is what is causing them to have the 4K gold lead here, as they're only ahead by 1 kill. But man, those 5 towers mean so much as far as map control and gold lead.
Yeah, what else means a lot is the ward coverage coming off. There's a lot of wards being placed down by FL Schlagle all over Cape Central's jungle area, and once again Dr. Volpini, he's been caught countless times. He will go down to Godflame this time. And this has been very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, Dr. Volp needs to know that the next objective is that bottom tower. It's the last mid-tier tower that's up. He can't play that aggressive in those situations by himself, or he's going to continue to pay the price. And it's a very high price too. It's the price of your life. And mistakes that cost your life are the worst mistakes. Especially in real life.
Well, it's a good thing that this is a video game.
Yeah, very much so is.
We are seeing the push coming out from FL Schlagle. They get the hook. Oh, the R2 lazy. He does get out with the dash and the flash. Munchman as well has to back away. And this is FL Schlagle taking control in this game. Despite that ace coming out from them, FL Schlagle, despite the ace coming out of Cape Central, FL Schlagle have really played the game to their advantage, have gotten the wards down, have gotten countless picks to put Cape Central on the backside. And here is the Baron 28 minutes in.
Yeah, so this is going to be the turning point here. Either they're going to get this Baron and they're going to be able to close it out, or they're going to get aced here, and Cape Central is going to be able to come back. The Baron is finished, though, before the fight begins.
Yeah, the Baron does go down. And then over the wall comes Tamlin, chasing after Beaver. Beaver gets it with the Ignite, and the whole side of Cape Central is just so spread out. Munchman chasing after Tamlin, has a I2 lazy there, but they can't catch on onto him. Opie Legend coming around, gets the play, gonna get the slowdown, gets the hook onto Munchman. He's gonna go down. Dr. Volpini does get a stun, but Godflame is still left up to pick up the kill. And that's the Baron and 2 people going down in favor of FL Schlagle. And now with the Baron buff, they can push down these lanes.
Yeah, and it's really hard to hold a lane against a Baroned up team because your minions do so much damage when you have Baron buffing them. And honestly, in the most recent season, Baron is really the buff for minions, and Dragon is the buff for players, it feels like. But it looks like Schlagle High is going to choose to pick up a 3rd Dragon before pushing these minion waves. This is going to give them extra damage to towers with the 3rd Dragon buff, so very smart idea to pick that up, buy, and then push.
It's definitely a very good time for them to start pushing now. They're going to be going back, have fast recalls, have some items to buy, I think. They have quite a bit of gold stored up.
Yeah, so as Cape Central here,
ooh,
you're in a bad spot. And you kind of just have to hope that you can defend through the Baron, possibly get a catch. They've done a good job rewarding their jungle, but it's going to be hard. They're going to have to land a solid, like, Annie ult into Katarina ult or something of the sort, because besides that, they're going to have a really hard trying to win a team fight, even if they're under their own tower. Another thing they need to make sure they do is not group up versus Lantern, because if Malphite gets another 3-4-man ultimate, it's going to be impossible for them to win the team fight. So they need to stay spread out, try to clear the waves, but it's not looking good for them with those Baroned up, very strong looking team coming out from Schlagle.
Munchman getting cut off here on Tumble Force, doesn't land. Dr. Volpini gets out of the base game with the stun, but he gets up against the wall. Lamar Aaron is the one who takes him down. Cataclysm coming in, shutdown coming off from I2 Lazy. He's in the back line, but in the front it's going to be Trot trying to get the kills. Gets one, gets back in on this Lantern, and I2 Lazy gets that kill. 2-4, so finally a team fight win coming in, and they can get 2 wards, or maybe not if he doesn't feel like getting wards. Oh nope, he got it.
I am constantly
2-4.
amazed by Katarina's damage.
Yep.
Trock Knocker just melting away Raw Aaron and Tawny in that team fight, and they're gonna be able to find the pick of a middle tower off of this.
Yeah, 3 towers.
3-6 now. The gold lead is only 4K in favor of FL Schlagle. And it's the question, are they going to be able to take this teamfight win? Because Cape Central has shown they can win teamfights in the past, but they're behind in Dragons, behind in Towers, have less map control. It's still going to be an upward battle from them. But it's not about how fast we get there. It's not about what's waiting at the other end. It's about the climb.
God. What's even the lyrics? Oh, that song is so old, I don't even remember. I say that, and I'm much younger than you. So.
I love that song, man. About the climb. The old Miley Cyrus was the good Miley Cyrus.
You can't really argue against that. Oh! That collateral damage. That was a core JJ collateral damage. Did you see that from I2 Lazy? He shot it backwards.
I was not paying attention. I was
thinking
thinking about Miley Cyrus.
It's on cooldown. He shot his ultimate completely backwards. Now be down, so
we talked about this in a previous match about how you need to know whether or not your skills do damage or shield your allies, and then based on that information, you need to decide if you want to shoot your skills towards the enemy or towards your allies.
Well, we're going to be seeing the base push coming in middle and bot this time. Uh-oh. Is this going to work? They know he's there! Munchman in the bush, tries to get out, but gets hooked in. Mario gets a kill, Dr. Volpini gets the stun in, but do they want to follow up? Yes, they do. I2 Lazy gets a kill for himself. Goblin on the backside trying to get him his way out of this one. Dr. Volpini did go down. A 2-for-1 trade. And they will continue on with the push. The double AD carry comp really helping to get these pushes, I think, coming out.
Yeah, definitely is. And that was actually a blind ultimate from Zlanton in that bush.
They knew he was there. He passed by a word, so... They at least knew he was in that bush. The AoE is enough, I think, to cover it, so he's just like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Oh, Godflame.
Godflame with the split push.
This is what you hate about Masters. They go with the split pushes for days, but I2 Lazy jumps in, gets the kill, uses Flash to secure it.
Yeah, so with that Flash being down, he's not going to be able to flash out of Zlanton's Malphite ult. I'm not sure if he has the mechanics to do it in the first place, but it is something to think about there. Flash for a kill as AD carry sometimes isn't worth it, although in that situation I think that it's a nice pickup.
Having the Baron both coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, so they're coming up around the same time, so this causes the teams to have to make a very difficult choice. Do they want to try to fight for Baron or Dragon, or are they willing to trade objectives? Now, it's a hard decision both ways, because it's possible if you try to fight for the objective that you could lose the team fight and lose both objectives.
Yeah.
In the same way, picking up Dragon isn't going to be as big of a buff for Cape Central as it would be for PL Schlagle, because they already have 3 dragons. They just need 2 more to have that massive 5 dragon buff. But if Cape Central decides to go for the dragon and concede Baron to Schlagle, they do prolong and put off the indefinite and like the terrifying possibility of a Schlagle team with 5 dragons. So it's a difficult situation. It's going to be interesting to see what the teams decide to do here.
Just about to respawn. In terms of vision coverage, none on the dragon area, but there's a lot of pink wards in that bottom side of the jungle. However, most of Cape Central are all on this top side, and FL Schlagle is putting the pinks down onto that dragon, but they don't have dragon warded by
Yeah, now
Cape
this
Central.
is a really big misplay by them
And
here.
there's no
because they don't have a ward on dragon, they don't know where Schlagle is, and they're just gonna walk around, and they're not even gonna be picking up Baron while dragon gets taken.
If they lose the dragon, maybe they want to go for a bit of a trap.
They see Ezreal bottom here now, so they.
Well, they don't clear up the ward. The ward's still there. They started up, and here comes FL Schlagle. This is not going to be good for Cape Central, I think. Yes, here comes the members. Atlantic follows through, gets the knockup on the two. Here's the sun coming down. Ultimate's coming across. The counters him, and everyone gets trapped in it though. Baron's still doing damage. And Beaver does go down. A double kill coming in. I think Baron just killed somebody. It's a quadra kill from Roy Aaron, who swoops up the kills. And this is going to be the Baron as well. And the kills come through. And that is Baron Dragon quadra kill.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Cape Central. They didn't take the
4v5.
Short amount of time that they had. They had a little bit of time to take Baron, but because they delayed and they didn't make the call instantly, they end up not only giving up Dragon, but also giving up Baron and the inhibitor. Oh, everything went wrong for Cape Central. And that all went wrong off of indecision. And not having Dragon warded.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we look at the map right now, we can see that Cape Central just really does not have a base anymore. They've lost their mid inhibitor. They've lost all of their towers in every single lane except the inhib towers top and bottom. They have absolutely no wards in their own jungle, and Schlagle has the entire map warded. They have 2 pinks in Cape Central's bottom jungle, and they have a Baron buff. They have way more dragons than Cape Central, 4-1, I believe. This is just going to be a slow, inevitable base push here from Schlagle, starting in the bot lane, possibly moving up top, or they could just even try to end it with 2 inhibitors down.
We've got this late game point where Aaron on Bane 11, 4, and 5. He is deadly, as we saw from that last fight. It's a quadra kill. He really has a team that can help him out there with it. Hook comes in onto Ice Lazy. He was a little bit too aggressive. They're going to follow through the slow coming in from the box, but...
Yeah, Malphite decides not to ult that there. Interesting decision. I feel like too lazy to be legit, would have been dead if Malphite had ulted up because he does not have flash up. But they choose to just do bottom tower.
He's just trying to wait for the fight with Robert right now. There's the ultimate coming in. Gets the kill upon it. A double kill, in fact. There's a kill coming in as well for Godflame. And this is looking like the game. 2 members down for the side of Cape Central. Schlagle High School. 38 minutes in. Taking down the Nexus Towers. And they have way too much damage for Cape Central to deal with. It's going to go down. This is going to be the game as they get the ace to finish it up. And they get the first game of this match.
Yeah, that was really well played. I have to give props to Opie Legend, hitting almost every single hook throughout that game. He got so many catches onto Cape Central that honestly he kind of carried that game there on Thresh. And I'm just gonna say, hey, you can carry games as support. It is possible.
Yeah. Well, guys, unfortunately, because of the replay system that we are using, we weren't able to get the second game working. So the end result of this match was 2-0 in favor of FL Schlagle, picking up both games, picking up 3 points. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll be getting into our third match of the day. It's going to be a live match coming up for you guys. Should be fairly exciting. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back. The High School Star League of Legends Spring 2015 semester will continue after a quick break.
Yeah, and thanks to our sponsors, Twitch and Newegg as well. Enjoy the music, guys.